It is our final check-in of 2024 with the Mayor of Oakville, Rob Burton. And Mayor, we're going to talk about one of your favorite things to kick things off here, a proposed 4.84 tax increase for the town's budget. Curious if you're happy with how this has played out and if there's anything else to highlight from this year's budget.
Well, if I look happy, it's because it's Christmas time. I've worn my very best Christmas tree tie for you. Um, my favorite thing in the world is not to raise taxes. The I'm proud of the fact that we have kept our tax increase lower than any of our neighbors, significantly lower than any of our neighbors. And I'm proud of the fact that the trend or the average over the last 18 years of inflation is still a smidge higher than the average of all of the tax increases for the last 18 years. So on that note, I'll say that one of the biggest drivers of this year's budget increase is the need and the desire to increase the police resources for our community, because we seem to have become the favorite target of criminals all over the world. I say it that way because our vigilant and diligent Halton Regional Police Service recently busted yet another Venezuelan gang of thieves breaking into homes and stealing valuables. And we've got to get control of the border is all I can say to that.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't think anyone's going to protest a tax hike to help fund safety with Halton Police. So that does make good sense. And yeah, Oakville has been quite the hotspot, unfortunately, as of late. Let's talk about housing, Mayor Burton. Ontario Premier Doug Ford announced $7 million for Oakville as part of the Building Faster Fund because the town did hit their 2023 housing targets. Now, there's a bit of controversy around this because initially it was thought that you didn't hit the targets, but now the targets have been hit. The money is coming in. So how did this play out?
Let's just say that the agency in Ottawa, Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, didn't count everything, and eventually they were willing to acknowledge a few mistakes here and there, and that was enough to get us to the $7 million award. On a happier note, everybody agrees that we're at 120% of our target for this year already. And that earlier this year, we were already at 120%. And as a result, there's not going to be any controversy about receiving our Building Faster Fund grant, the second one. And that money is earmarked for infrastructure that supports more housing. So it's not like we can toss it into the budget and reduce the budget by $7 million, or rather the taxes by $7 million. So it's got to be used for the purpose.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Obviously, everyone's talking about housing. It is a push. Many of the conversations we have and that I have with the other Halton mayors, everyone's talking about the housing crisis. So that is good news. Finally, let's wrap things up here with Oakville Council approving a new noise bylaw. Fines have been increased. So this obviously has to come from complaints of people saying, it's very noisy. So now there's a bylaw in place. What type of infractions were being complained about and how is the crackdown happening?
Well, actually, the update to our noise bylaw was driven by the fact that the province changed in the Municipal Act our ability to regulate noise, sort of took away some of our power in this area. And so we had to revise our noise bylaw to conform to the rules. So along the way, we decided that we would update the fines, which were no longer in keeping with the present state of the economy. There's been complaints over the years in our downtown, our Main Street districts, where we've been fostering patio life. We needed to lift some of our restrictions around that activity in order to make that real. And so all in all, it's a balance of moves. But it was not particularly driven by any increase in complaints, but rather by orders from above as we have to think of Queens Park.
All right, well, there you have it. Well, Mayor Burton, that is our final update for 2024. Have a great holiday season. We'll touch base again in 2025.
Thanks, Jason. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.